Hi loves, it's your girl Ajee Bee and I am back with another video. So today I created this peachy sunset vibes look for you. I created a look very similar to this for my birthday, which was not too long ago. And I just really enjoyed how the look came out, so I figured I might as well recreate it and record it. So here it is. I really hope you enjoy it. But before we jump into the tutorial, please make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. And please hit that good old notification bell so that you can be notified every time I upload a video. Alright, let's get into it. So first I'm going in with my Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base Priming Moisturizer. I really like this as a priming moisturizer just because I feel like it's giving my skin extra vitamins and nutrients, and I feel like that also plays a role in helping with the makeup application to be flawless. Now I'm going in with my Tarte Timeless Smoothing Primer. I'm going in with my e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. Now I'm going in with my NYX Angel Veil Primer. And I know what you all are thinking, like, girl, how many primers are you gonna put on? But I do have oily skin, so this is just my method and what I like to do to help combat that oil. Just trust the process, trust the process. Now I'm going in with my Sasha Buttercup Setting Powder, and I'm gonna apply this all over my face. This is just another trick that I like to use to help control the oils that may start to come to the surface over time throughout the day. Jackie Aina also uses this trick, and I have been using this for a few years now and I love it. So now I'm going in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz, the shade Ebony. And I'm starting off by just outlining my eyebrows, and then I'm going to start to fill them in. So now I'm going in with my Reina Rebelde. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing the last name correct, but this is called the Rebel Eye Color Paint, and it's basically an eyebrow pomade, and I'm using the shade Frida. So I like to go in with the eyebrow pomade after I use the Anastasia Brow Wiz just to help give my eyebrow a sharper look and to deepen the color. Now I'm going in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in the shade Chocolate, and I'm just going to use this to help fill in the front to help give my brows that ombre effect. Now I'm going to use my Tarte Tape Shape Concealer in the shade Deep, as well as the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer in the shade Deep Chestnut. And I'm going to use this to conceal under my brow bone. Now I'm just dragging that product down just to help give me a seamless base for when I apply my eyeshadow. Now I'm just blending this out with a buffing brush. It's like a concealer buffing brush. To conceal on the top of my brows, I'm mixing Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Foundation in the shade F13, and I'm mixing that with the CoverGirl Matte Ambition Foundation in Golden 2, and I'm using this to clean up the top of my brows just to make my brows more defined and sharp. And then I'm blending this out with another concealer buffing brush. Now I'm going in with my PLouise Rumor Base 2. And I'm going to apply this all over my lid. Like I said in my previous video, you can apply this with a blending brush, a concealer brush, basically any type of brush, but you just want to make sure that you're applying this in a patting motion. And here I'm just going back in with that buffing brush just to make sure that there's no harsh lines. Now I'm going in with my Artistry Vault by Melissa and Playing in Makeup by Yolondo palette, and I'm going into the shade 101 on a Wet n Wild blending brush. And I'm just going to apply this to my crease in patting motions, and then I'll start to blend it out after I get the color payoff that I want. Now I'm going into my Juvias Place Saharan palette in the shade xoxoxo, and I'm just applying this to my crease to just help deepen up that color and give me the pigmentation that I want. Now I'm going back into that Artistry Vault by Melissa, and I'm going in with the shade So Precise on a Morphe M562 brush. I'm just using this color to help blend out the orange shade that I placed down on my lid, just to make sure that there's no harsh lines. Next, I'm going to take the shade Don't Be Awkward from that same Artistry Vault palette, and I'm applying this with a Morphe M562, and I'm just applying this to my crease, again, just to deepen the crease and to give me that pigmentation that I want. So now I'm just going in with some Vaseline on the PLouise Acid Rain Cut Crease Brush. And now I'm going in with a pointed Q-tip to erase all of the areas where I applied that Vaseline to help give me that clean cut crease. Now I'm going in with my PLouise blank canvas from the Acid Rain collection. And I'm just going to apply this to all of the areas that I just removed the Vaseline from. Here I'm just showing you how flat my brush was. This really helps with getting a precise cut crease, and it also helps with just getting that product flat and an even surface for when you go to apply your eyeshadow or your pigment on top of it. So now I'm just patting off all of the extra product just so that I can have a flat base for when I go to apply my eyeshadow on top of it. Here I'm just tapping out the outer edges of the blank canvas just to help blend it in. And I was just using the shade Don't Be Awkward that was already left on my brush. And as I got closer to the center, I'm going in with the shade 00 from that Artistry Vault palette. And I'm just applying that right next to the shade Don't Be Awkward. And this is just gonna help transition my eyeshadow look. Now I'm going in with my Makeup Revolution Maxi Reloaded Big Shot palette. And I'm going to use the shades number 1 and 3. And I'm just going to mix those two and apply those to the front part of my lid where it still looks a bit white. I'm just going to apply these two colors, and this is just going to serve as a base for my pigment that I'm going to apply next. So now I'm going to go in with my Larue White Diamonds pigment, and I'm not applying any type of adhesive or anything. I'm just going straight into my eyelid and applying that pigment right on top of that eyeshadow. And I love the pop that this gave to the look. It just brought everything together so well. So here I've already applied my Kiss lashes in the style Gala. And now I'm applying my Loreal Voluminous Carbon Black Mascara to my top lashes. Now I'm going to go in with my Too Faced Born This Way Matte Foundation in the shade Spice Rum. And I'm applying this with a Real Techniques Instapop Face Brush. So next I'm going to mix my Born This Way concealer in the shade Chestnut and my e.l.f. 16 Hour Camo concealer in the shade Deep Chestnut. So first I'm applying the Too Faced concealer towards the outer edges. This is going to help to serve as a transition shade to the brighter e.l.f. concealer. So you'll see what I'm going to do here. So now I'm going in with that e.l.f. concealer just on the areas where I want a brighter, bolder highlight. Next, I'm just going to blend this out with my Sonia Kashuk blending sponge. And as I blend that out with the sponge, I'm also going back in with that Instapop foundation brush that has some leftover foundation on it. No new product, but I'm just using that to help blend out the areas so that I don't have any harsh lines. Now I'm going in with my Crayon Case Chalk Dust in the letter N, and I'm going to apply this to all of the areas that I just highlighted. Now I'm going to contour by combining my Flesh Foundation Stick in the shade 39 Coffee and two Juvias Place I Am Magic concealers in the numbers 3 and 5, and I'm just going to use this to contour my face. I like applying these products to the back of my hand to start to warm them up, and then I'm going to apply this with a stippling brush. Here I'm just applying a little bit of that contour under my lips just to make my lower lip just a little more pouty. And then I'm just going to use the bottom of my Sonia Kashuk blender just to blend out any harsh lines, and then I'm also going back in with that Instapop face brush just to also blend out any harsh lines. Now I'm going to go into my Sephora Micro Smooth powder, and I'm just going to use this to dust away any of that extra chalk dust that I applied earlier. And then I'm going in with my Judy brush just to apply this all over my face. I'm going to use a little more of that powder to carve out my contour and then blend it away. Here I'm going in with the Black Radiance contour palette, and I'm just using this to set all of my contoured areas. I'm going in with my e.l.f. So Spicy blush. I'm going to mix Red Carpet and Premiere from the Sephora Pro palette, the Sephora Pro Face palette, and I'm just going to apply this right on top of that e.l.f. blush just to give it more of a pop. Next I'm going in with my Uma Beauty highlighter in the shade Barbados, and I'm just spraying my brush with a little bit of Mario Badescu just to help my highlighter to really come through. But then it came through just a little bit too much, so I'm just going in with a clean brush just to blend it out, just to try to help make it seamless. Now I'm just going into the shade 00 from the Artistry Vault palette, and I'm just going to use this to help add some color to my lower lash line. Then I'm going in with the Crayon Case Black Ranked Colored Pencil, and I'm just going to use this to tightline my lower lash line. I'm just applying that L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black Mascara to my lower lashes to give them some more volume and length. Now I'm going in with my MAC Chestnut lip liner, and I'm applying that to my lip. And then I'm going in with Milani Bahama Beige lipstick, and I'm applying that to the center of my lips, and I'm using a lip brush just to blend it out so that it looks seamless and that there's not any harsh lines. Now I'm going in with my NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Cream Brulee. Later I'll be adding the shade Fortune Cookie. And I'm just going in, tapping this onto my lips with my pinky. A lot of times you don't even need makeup brushes, you can just use your fingers. Here's that shade Fortune Cookie. Now I'm going in with that Uma Beauty highlighter in the shade Barbados, and I'm just applying that to my inner corner highlight. So here's the final look. As always, I hope that you enjoyed today's video and that you were able to learn something new. Go ahead and let me know down in the comments what was your favorite thing about today's video. My favorite thing was adding the J. Larue White Diamonds pigment. I feel like that really added a nice pop to the look. It really took the look up another level. While you're at it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure that you turn on your notification bell so that you never miss an upload. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.